great to have you with us, but it's going to be a fun evening. What's even more special in the Honda year of the SUV is to be part of a brand that remains focused on the fun and joy of driving, embodied in the all-new 2023 Type R. And that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. And you can take a trip down memory lane with most of the 11 generations of this legendary model right over there, including multiple North American Car of the Year winners, as well as the current generation Civic Type R and Type R Limited Edition right over there. We all love speed, power, and handling, but it's more than that. It's how a great car makes you feel that really matters. And that's what the all-new Civic Type R is about. This year marks the 30th anniversary of Type R, the pinnacle of Honda performance. And we have some special friends here tonight that know just a little bit about performance. So are you ready to see the all-new Type R? Yeah! All right, let's get this party started.
Here at the debut of the 2023 Honda Civic Type R. Based on the popular 11th gen Civic, the Type R cranks up the performance to all new levels for the Honda brand. It takes everything popular about the 10th gen Type R and turns it up that much further. Under the hood, it has the same K20C1 engine we've known and loved from the previous Type R, along with the standard 6-speed manual transmission with the helical limited slip diff, sending power to the front wheels. Beyond that, a lot is yet to be discovered about the new Type R, including pricing, though we know it arrives later this fall at dealerships. For now, let's cut away some of the great shots we got of the new Type R here at the debut.
The first Type R we're going to be looking at here is this championship white example, kind of the de facto color for Type R. Right away, you can see the extra visual width on this vehicle. The front fenders in particular are very flared compared to a contemporary Civic Si, which they had on hand. Indeed, the whole front clip of Type R is different to other Civic models because it's that much wider. That also includes a completely redesigned front end which houses a much larger front-mounted intercooler and a revised hood with a functional heat extractor. But the most notable changes to the Type R actually are in the rear of the vehicle. Because the Type R's quarter panels are so much wider and more flared out than other Civic models, Honda had to redesign the rear doors for the body lines to flow naturally. But of course, it's really details like the tri-tip exhaust, kind of a carryover design idea from the previous Type R, though integrated into a nice, more subtle black diffuser element, and definitely the blacked out rear wing. They're going to catch most people's eyes. It's a completely different design compared to the 10th gen, and while it may look more subtle at first glance, anyone who's been to a few track days may notice a few aerodynamic tricks at play with that multi-piece wing.
Oh, hi there. It's your boy, just checking in. Are you enjoying the video so far? Well, of course you are. That's because this is some grade A primo content we're talking about. So go ahead and show your support by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. It's free and it helps the channel. All right, back to the video.
Here's a quick panning shot showing a comparison of the exterior design between a 10th gen Type R LE and this new 11th gen Type R. As I mentioned at the beginning, the 11th gen Type R inherits the 10th gen's K20 C1 engine, though Honda claims it will be slightly more powerful, though don't expect a huge power bump, and I'll tell you why in a bit. My best guesstimate is this thing's gonna be around 320 horsepower. There are a few changes to this engine, mostly in the name of cooling from what I can see. Honda's completely redesigned the charge pipe, for example. You can see that big flat area between the valve cover and the turbo itself. My best guess is, short of that hiding a water injection system, that actually lines up quite nicely with the heat extractor in the hood. And if you notice around the front of the engine, there's quite a lot of ducting coming out of the radiator and front core support. So my guess is that actually helps seal the area between the hood and the back of the rad, further improving the ability for this thing to evacuate heat, a notable weak spot of the previous Type R. You can tell that heat management was definitely a big deal with this Type R. They took their beatings with the previous model overheating constantly on the racetrack. And you'll notice it's on smaller details as well, like the battery that's wrapped in an insulated cover. Fingers crossed this thing can do more than 1 or 2 hot laps of button willow before it overheats and goes into limp mode. The reason why I suspect the new Type R will not see a massive power bump over its predecessor, because Honda's clearly focused on grip with this new platform. The 11th gen Civic is basically a direct carryover from the 10th gen in terms of a lot of the hard points in suspension. It's why the current 2022 Civic Si uses the control arm bushings, for example, out of the old 10th gen Type R. Building off that platform, which already itself generated quite a lot of grip, you can tell that's been the major focus here when you look at the wheel and tire package, for example. Now, these wheels may look like the limited edition wheels that came out near the end of the Type R's run, but they are a different design. First up, they're 19 inches in diameter rather than 20s, which is a good thing because no one needs 20s on a Honda Civic. That was just ridiculous. But when you look up close to the wheels, you can see the structural reinforcements right at the front of the wheel and how the back of the spokes are almost hollowed out, improving brake clearance and theoretically reducing weight. But also, check out the tires this thing rolls on. They've stepped up from a 245 section width on the previous car to a 265/30 R19 tire. That is a massive amount of footprint and definitely explains where any increases in performance on the racetrack and definitely a reduction of lap times is coming from. That in itself is going to be a massive improvement from behind the wheel. And speaking of sitting in the driver's seat, let's hop into the interior for a second. Now, of course, this is based on the 11th gen Civic. You can see a lot of 11th gen common designs, like in the dashboard, for example, and the infotainment display. However, we also see quite a lot of elements carried over from the previous Type R, including the red theme and the heavily bolstered bucket seats. Even the shifter of the 6-speed manual transmission feels very similar to the outgoing Type R, and interestingly, it doesn't feel quite as tight as what you'd find in the new Civic Si. One of my big gripes about the previous Type R was the lack of instrumentation in the dash. Now, they rectified that in later models with the inclusion of the LogR data logging system, but it seems like they've really built upon that in this new generation. The digital instrument cluster has all the pertinent driving data you'd want to know when you're on the racetrack. Coolant temp, oil temp, charge air temp, things like that. So mercifully, they have added that, which is very, very helpful to know when you are driving this thing on the racetrack, which you should be to really enjoy this thing to its fullest.
And that's been our first look at the all-new 2023 Honda Civic Type R, the fastest sport compact from Honda ever made. What do you guys think about the new Type R? Please sound off in the comments down below. In any case, guys, my name is Jake. You've been watching Drive, Brake, Fix, Repeat, and I'll see you guys next time. We're going to do more cool things with cars. Bye.